here, this is for activity 6 that you guys have that's due today, okay? I think it's a little more overwhelming, and so I want to put some clarification out, okay? Here in the directions, it says read the conversation between the two boys. Ignacio is a new student in his school. Carlos is one of his first friends. Imagine what the girls are saying about the boys. Write a conversation that the girls, between the girls, using the conversation between the boys as a model. Okay, now it says present the conversation in the class. Obviously, we're not going to do that. You guys are just going to read this conversation. So this is set up as a text conversation. Ignacio says, the girls that are sitting in the first line are very pretty. Do you know what their names are, Carlos? And then Carlos replies, just kind of cheesy, but he says, yeah, man. They are named Dolores and Marissa. They are from Buenos Aires. And then the conversation continues, okay? So what they want you to do is basically, you're going to switch this conversation around. Instead of the conversation between Ignacio and Carlos, it's going to be a conversation between Dolores and Marissa, okay? About Ignacio and Carlos. So it's the same conversation, but it's switched. Now remember, this is a review from Spanish 1, okay? So let's look at this first line. He said, las chicas. If girls are saying that about Ignacio and Carlos, would they call them las chicas? No. What would you use instead?
Chico.
Los chicos, okay? So what we're focusing on is the gender usage, okay? And adjective noun agreement here, okay? And number, agreement and number. So the girls, maybe you would make the first one Dolores. And she's going to say, los chicos que se sientan en la primera fila son muy... What would be an adjective? Would we call the boys pretty? Bonitas? No. What would you use to describe two guys? Guapos. So guapo means handsome. So then you would write that same sentence except make it masculine. And then exchange the word bonitas with guapos. Okay? ¿Sabes cómo se llaman? And then instead of Carlos, you would put the other girl's name, Marissa. Okay? Does that make sense on how you guys are going to do this conversation? Okay, so all you're doing is you're changing it. It's no longer a conversation between Ignacio y Carlos. Now it's going to be a conversation between Dolores y Marissa. Okay? All right, so when you get ready to go down here, let me see. That's where you get into this box. And it says write the conversations between the girls in this box. Okay? All right, cool.